Hey there everyone, welcome to Sources classes. So in front of you is a question about Laffer curve, okay? So the question asked is explain Laffer curve with the help of diagram. So first let us understand what is Laffer curve, okay? So let us first define Laffer curve. So our definition of Laffer curve is that it shows the relation between change in tax revenue collection by government and tax rate. So basically it is the relation between the change in how the government changes the tax, how the tax revenue collection of the government changes with the tax rate. Okay, so this relationship is shown by the Laffer curve. Now what happens here is that initially when the tax rate is low, the tax revenue collection of the government increases up to a critical rate of tax, okay, after which if any further increase in tax rate will lead to a downfall in the collection of tax revenue by the government. Now what is the reason behind this? So basically the reason is that as your tax rate increases, the incentive to work by the people decreases, and as a result, people will not work on, and automatically the collection of tax by the government will fall. So that is the reason that initially at a low rate of tax, revenue collection increases, because at low rate of tax people's incentive to work will be more. As a result, they will earn money and there will be increase in tax collection by the government. But as the tax rate increases more and more, people intensity to work will fall, and as a result income earned will be lowered, and so the tax collection will also fall. So as a result, when your tax rate is almost 100%, nobody will want to work because all the income earned will be taxed out, and in that case tax revenue collection will be zero. So that is why the Laffer curve is inverted U-shape. So if we draw the diagram, then the Laffer curve looks like the following. Let us draw the x-axis and y-axis. So in this diagram we measure tax rate T on the horizontal axis and tax revenue collected by the government on the vertical axis. Now the curve looks like this. Let us take a different color and show. So it starts from here and ends here, right? So this is the 0% tax rate, and here it is the 100% tax rate. At the point of maximum collection of tax revenue, we say that this is the critical rate of tax. Right. So the explanation is, see, when the tax rate is zero, people will work more and more, as nothing is to be given to the government, right? So tax revenue is zero. When tax rate is zero, so none of the income earned is given as tax revenue, so tax revenue collection is zero. But as tax rate increases, right, it increases and it goes to T star. So as you can see that the tax revenue collection increases and reaches maximum at the critical tax rate. So T star is our critical tax rate. right? So till here, if the tax rate is increasing, so people will have incentive to work. So as a result, part of their income will be given as tax revenue, which is collected by the government. But if any further increase in tax beyond T star, it means that the people's incentive to work will slowly fall. As a result, a part of income collected by the government as tax will also fall, and as it reaches 100%, that means whatever you are going to earn is all taxed out, so revenue collection will be again zero. So that is why the Laffer curve is inverted U-shaped, and this is our Laffer curve. That's all.